for my YouTube channel, I am going to be live on Facebook because I'm having internet issues and I wanted to upload my video on a day that I retired. So because I can't release that right now, I'll have to do that on Sunday. And right now I'm going to talk about a very touchy subject. There's not a lot of people in this world that probably will experience this, but now that I'm moving on to a new phase of my life, I want to be able to talk about my past. I did not give details in my last divorce after 3 months walking away from what appeared to be an amazing marriage. I'm going to also talk about this controversial topic. So if you are a naysayer and you live for now or the past, you can subscribe. You can unsubscribe or you can tune out of this video. But if you are understanding of where the future is going, if you are understanding that this is the United States, where we are land of the free, land of people being who they want to be. I am a woman that married a man at the time who wanted a family. Now, this is a first sign of someone who's living in the closet. So I'm going to teach you all how to beware, because more of this will be going on. And I'm a woman that first off did not have a heart of judgment towards people who live different lives than I live. So that's Marcus in the background.
Duh. She's not talking about me. She's talking about her ex, CJ. Let's clarify that up.
Okay.
I'm straight. I love women. I love my black woman.
Yeah.
But, you know,
So we're talking about my ex. Names does not matter.
Dookie Shooter.
But
not
the number
allowed.
one thing is men that want families and children. If they're in the closet, they were raised by, in my case, a pastor. Where his father was a pastor, his grandmother was heavy in the church. A lot of people who struggle with homosexuality came up believing in the same God that we believe in. But they, along the way, had attraction to different sexes. With that being said, when you love someone enough, or to a certain extent, you want to live a life. Oh, I made this today too. So for my YouTubers, I'm going to put a video on how I made all of this. So close your eyes, act like this is not there. But you want to live your life according to how you were raised. In CJ's case, his father told him that the best thing you can have is a wife and a child. So with that being said, he was a great man, great father, everything. But signs number 2, he taught me that anyone that comes home and talk a lot about homosexuality are people who are struggling with it. Now, at this time, he would mention kids in the school that would come back from the summertime and they would have changed, whether they now talk differently, wear nails, dress differently. And so I would listen to him being a teacher. So time after time, thank you, he would continue to come. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say that I did take CJ to counseling. If you are in a relationship, for me, I value my purpose in marriage. I do not get married for the ultimate end game. I trust the process. And for me, I knew then what my purpose was in his life. I took him to counseling. Things that I learned when a man goes to counseling who's struggling in this area. It's very important who the counselor is. Do this person trust the counselor? Do the counselor get them in a vulnerable state in order for them to talk freely about things that they are struggling? For me, I was open ears. I did not judge him or anything. I wanted to fulfill my purpose to then walk away. Before, initially, he denied ever wanting to be, because let me just say this. Stepping out and being outside of the norm comes with judgment. If you don't have self-love, you aren't bold enough to even face the real world. So he wasn't even bold enough to be honest with himself. Also, I found out things about him trying because everybody said that, oh, you're gay. So some of these people struggle with coming up, everybody calling them out of their name. So this goes out to someone else who's dear to me that's going through this, where everybody tell you that you're gay. See, first off, being a teenager, you're going to have to learn that it don't matter what people think based on what they see. You got to see yourself. So with that being said,
My man, Escott, be respectful. Don't call my lady sexy or I will get on your ass. Continue.
all right, so this is going on YouTube, so let's work
Just
on the
block that
language.
out.
Okay, so I'm not reading the comments, Marcus is. But with that being said, I don't even know who my audience is right now that's watching. What people see, you should know everything about yourself before someone else be able to call you out your name. So with that being said, once I helped him realize that, okay, it's okay that people called you gay, but did you go and try it? When I gained his trust, see, when you're in a relationship with someone, so even outside of homosexuality, if you have committed to that person and their so-called sins or their areas that they struggle with, it's your job to listen, it's your job to ask questions, it's your job to meditate or pray in order to then come back to that person. At that stage, I wanted to know if he had tried anything with the man. So it's a lot of people that struggle when people say you're gay and you haven't even tried anything. I talk, sometimes I can be vulgar because I believe that it's a lot of so-called holy people that don't know their bodies. It's a lot of holy people that have not even learned what turned them on versus what turns them off. And those are the easiest to fall into sin of lust, the easiest to fall in sin of being wrapped up sexually because they haven't stepped outside of who they are with God to learn who they are within their body. So I helped him understand that within his body, and this is encouragement, I hope somebody is on here that may be struggling with this, or some of us are going to have children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews who are going to struggle with this. So I will hope that I'm a vessel that will open your eyes. Okay, with that, these people have to actually go out there and try to date outside of their own, if they're female or male, they have to date the opposite sex. That comes with dating the opposite sex to those who are not healed, those who are aggressive, those who are gentle. The same things that we go through, those people have to go through. So prior to me, my ex tried, I won't put the details, but he did not like it. It was not for him. With that being said, when I found this out, I encouraged him to then go out there and try again. See, I'm not the one that's going to say, oh, being with a woman is the best thing ever, because, baby, I can't talk about what it's like for a man to be with a man. And I'm not going to try to, because I value everybody and everybody's capabilities. So, but I do also know that there's games, no matter if you're heterosexual or homosexual. So with that being said, the feeling that he felt, he probably ran from it. See, when you're with your spouse, you know them. So I was in a state where I knew that he probably didn't give it his all. But even if he turns out to be bisexual, where he likes women and men, I'm still okay with that. I walked away initially or at the end because I was not going to go through that journey with him. I was not prepared to deal with that with Legend and to deal with his family, because the only reason he didn't feel free enough to do it is because he was living for his religious father, grandparents, and everybody else. But I knew it was going to come a time he was going to have to live for him. Another sign, he came to me, which was my clear sign, and said that, Shakir, you know, the body that I'm in, because he was strong, he had muscles, I don't even feel like the man that I look like. So when a person say that they don't feel like what they look like, so sometimes I could be like, I feel like a tomboy half the times. But right now I feel like a lady. I got that ability. But some people don't feel like the body they're in. And so that was because he was struggling with who he attracted. He attracted women who liked muscles, but he avoided men that was attracted to him. So when you start to hear people say things like they don't feel like all of that. That's another sign. So then from there, he actually said that's when the true honesty came out. See, because in order to heal when you leave these relationships, you have to get to the core of vulnerability where that person didn't trust you. I wanted to understand him, to know exactly why I was walking away as fast as I did. So I asked him, what attracted me to you? Why did you be the man that you was? Because he was a great man. I wasn't missing out on anything, but I started to see another sign. He wasn't just giving me all the details of what he was feeling and thinking throughout the day. He gave me a lot of jokes, but he did not express to me the truth of how he was feeling from like that heart, that core. Watch out if you're in love with somebody that do not open up, but they may be flamboyant or lively. That's the word, lively. So he opened up and said, Shakia, I knew you were a good woman, and I did everything that I can to win you over because I wasn't missing out on this opportunity to be married to you. Fast forward 3 months in, he apologized and said, I can no longer be this person, this great man that my dad taught me to be. I've been putting on the front, and this is not going to be me anymore. And so I knew then that the marriage was over. Did I fall in a state of why me? No. Did I fall in the state, this is my second time and it's a failure? No. Because marriage commitment is committing to that person and what they're going to go through from that moment you're in their life. I committed to him at that moment to help him heal, to teach him that, because he sung in a choir, that you're going to go through a journey singing to a God that you don't even know how to express yourself to. Don't worry about the people and expressing yourself to those people. But anyways, with that being said, I served my purpose. I walked away, and I don't know where he is in life. Legend, do not hit the camera, please. But I do know that when I talk about homosexual from here on out, this is now. I'm talking about it now. Apologies if the camera shake, that's Legend. I'm talking about it now because I knew before I married him. Oh, Legend, Papa. One moment, y'all. Papa, no. Go over there, please. I knew what my purpose was, and forever I would speak to encourage those that are struggling with homosexuality, encourage those to get out the closet, understand that you may be different right now, but come 2050, you are going to be very normal. Do not let where we are now stop you from your growth. Do not marry women and start families because you want to look. Legend Cooper. I'm sorry. Legend Light is being very destructive. Do not marry somebody and, that's what I was saying. Do not get a family and try to live like everyone else because in today's day in society, this is the way things look. I am a stand for change because, of course, I was a radical Christian who do not have nothing against anyone that wants to live like the norm or wants to live like their grandmas or their mothers or want to live like 18 some or BC before Christ. I have nothing against that. But I will forever, now that I see where we're going, I will forever promote the future. Also, with children, there's a lot of brokenness, so this is prophetic. There is a lot of brokenness in black families, and we are now separated from a lot of mental illnesses. We're separated from a lot of self-love. We're separated from a lot of purpose. Financially, we are now getting, our income is increasing. But there's going to come a time when we're going to be separated because the love of genuine love of loving your children, no matter if they're gay or not, it's going to separate families like never before. And you know what's the sad portion? The separation comes because one person thinks they know what this person should feel when we're all uniquely made. So please do not be that parent that breaks your kid's heart because they don't believe that they can come to you and be honest with what they feel versus what they think. Also, do not be the one to judge them if they're not gay, but they want to test the waters. Because guess what? You've tested the waters, whether it was from behind, up front, you did different positions, you put different things in your mouth, whatever the case may be. Testing is testing. I don't care what nobody say. Just because it's a different person don't give you the right to judge. So this is my story, my journey. And when I'm so happy because now I'm engaged, it's because I walked away without hate. I walked away still loving myself, still loving life, and still believing that that was just number 2. And then now coming into number 3 or whatever, I really truly get that with technology, we'll talk about this also, even pornography, with technology, we are going through porn like our grandparents never went through. So the types of illnesses that people got wrapped up in their mind and all this stuff, a lot of people before us haven't went through it. So we are like kind of the guinea pigs to where we're going in the future. Be understanding of that. Stop thinking we know everything and have the answer to everything and how everybody should live their life. This is my encouragement piece for my birthday. Every year I do something big, and this is my big. Letting you all know that I survived not only dating, but being married to someone that lived a certain life, but secretly dealt with so many emotions. Also, I was a woman that had dreams. I had a dream of him being with other men. Dreams sometimes can still be real. Besides that, I guess people say, well, didn't you know? See, I was a woman, well, people in this situation, they know how to be men. They watch other people just like we come up, and I watched a woman, so I wanted to be like women. That's the same thing that they do. So he was a great man. No, I wouldn't have known, but I did see feminine traits in him. I believe that, for me, he may never do this, but I believe that if he became a transgender, he probably would be happier in life, to be very honest. But, woo, that's a big, huge journey, and I salute the parents. Y'all talk about Dwayne Wade and all that. I salute them that help their children while they're young go through that kind of metamorphosis or whatever the word is, because it's not easy. What you call it? Oh, transitioning. It's not easy. If he decides to transition, I don't know. But with that being said, I just know that he would make a great woman or a man for somebody else. It just wasn't me. So I'm about to scroll and read these comments. If y'all have any questions, ask them. I thank y'all for commenting. Let's see. I just see be respectful. Marcus responded. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Thank y'all for the people that came late. Start over. Rewatch it. But that is my coming out story. I survived dating someone struggling with their identity. But because I loved myself, I would never let that affect me. That means I got more experience than the next person. So I don't let people judging me affect me, because I'm gonna always be SC happily. Bye bye.